People always complain about bad things happening, but they never realize that bad things may be perhaps good to them. I understand every single bad thing that happens to me is for my better benefit, but it seems like losers don't understand. So you don't want to be a loser, so you need to understand what I'm telling you. Why bad things happen to you and other people? It's a law of the universe. There cannot be sunlight without the moon. There cannot be darkness without the light. You're only happy because all of the times you weren't happy. You only enjoy when life is good for all of the times bad life wasn't good. You only enjoy the good things that happen because of all of the bad things. So why would you be afraid? Why would you be afraid and running like a coward away from bad things that happen to you? Why would you complain? And also, we all know that failures and losses is feedback. So when bad things happen, you can choose inside of your mind. Do I want to use this energy, this power? Do I want to use this energy, this power God has given me to become stronger and greater than ever before? Or do I want to use this energy and power to self-loathe and stay weak and mediocre? You have a choice. Me, Preme, even with all my monumental mind power, I try to convince you that when these things happen, you need to just absorb the energy. You need to be like a superhero, like Superman. You know, with Superman, when they hit him with bullets, boom, boom, and he stands there. And the bullets just bounce off. You need to absorb the bullets. When life happens and all these bullets get shot at you by the Matrix, when all these bad things happen, you need to use this energy and take his power and absorb it all and force yourself to become stronger. Why me, Preme? Even with all the bad things I went through, I'm still trying. I didn't become Preme by always winning. See, this is where all of you mess up. You keep thinking I became Preme by winning. I became Preme by losing everything. Most of you don't understand. So struggle and bad things that happen can be used as energy. I transmute it into energy. I do not let it demotivate me. I do not let it make me mold myself around it. I don't let failure or bad things happening, I don't let it shape my identity. When I see bad things happen, I say, good. What do you mean good? Good. I now life was so calm. Now I have problems to solve. When you think about all of the times where you got the most done in your life, it was when bad things happen. Everybody knows this. Something happened, car broke, the girl left you, relationship broke up, something happened to the point where it forced you to move. Because as humans, we can't exist somewhere where we're uncomfortable. If I were to take you outside and I lit some coals on fire and I told you to lay down, you'll stay down there for a second and you would jump up and you would move. So why don't you take that to life? Well, maybe it's perhaps some of you get comfortable. So that's when bad things happen, to shake you up. God will send bad things to happen sometimes to power you up and shake you up to make you look around and see how much of a fuck up you are. He's trying to wake you up. Every single bad thing that's happened is either, one, to make you more powerful, two, to wake you up. So you need to decide which one it is. And you can start to decide when you start to decipher. Have you been on top of your game? Have you been ignoring things which you know you weren't supposed to ignore? Have you been doing things which you know you were supposed to do? Have you been skipping on training? Have you been skipping on working out? Have you been skipping on making money? Have you been putting comfort over purpose? That's when the bad things happen to wake you up. But also bad things happen to make you more powerful. Now you get to level up. So when bad things happen to me, I'm sitting there laughing. I'm absorbing it all. Because I know it's going to make me powerful. I know I'm going to become stronger than ever before. So why would I cower now? When I know it's for my better benefit. But even when you look back at every single bad thing that's happened, you can start to see that all of it made you who you are today. All of it. Look back on every failure, every bad thing which you so-called call bad was actually for your better benefit. Yeah, God may have took that, or this may have happened, but it happened for a purpose, a reason, so you can learn something, so you better yourself. So is bad things really bad? Is bad things really bad? For example, if my cars was in the early stage would never broke, would I ever even started a business, tried to fix it? Would I even start making money online? Who knows? If my girlfriend would never die, would I have ever went out to the wilderness and transformed her, reawakened myself and broke through the atmosphere of mediocrity? Would that ever happen without me losing my girlfriend? Who knows? So perhaps bad things happen for a purpose. Now the purpose is to better you. It's not for your detriment, because we need to go through testing and trial and tribulation. We need pressure to make ourselves better. When you start to understand this is how reality works, that we cannot escape the bad things that happen, but we can be in a position to be able to rise above it. For example, I remember a biblical story. It was a biblical story. I think it was Joseph. If it's not Joseph, correct me. But I think it was Joseph, and something happened. They had to go in years of famine. I think it was Joseph or Dave. I forgot which one, but they had to go in years of famine. And they went around, and what he did was prepare. But here's what happened. They couldn't stop the famine from occurring, but they could save a bunch of plants for the future of the economy. They could save all of the bundles of food before the years of famine happened. So they was prepared. So why am I making this point? Perhaps we can't stop bad things from happening, but we can be prepared when they happen. For example, making more money. And when your cars break, you figure out a way to make more money. You start an online business, you start making money. Now, when the next car break, now you have more than enough money to pay for the car. When these things happen. When bad things happen, when you go through a breakup with that girl, with that bitch that left you. Once you go through that, you now learn, okay, I can't do X, Y, and Z. So was it bad? Was the breakup really bad? Because now you get to go to the next relationship and say, you could be able to see all the red flags which happened, which you ignored on the last one. So is it really bad? Or are you framing it that way? Every single day, you need to analyze. You need to become a master of self-analysis. You need to look at all of the bad things which happen and extract power from it. It's kind of like Jinwoo. When Jinwoo was going into different dungeons fighting the different demons, he would extract the power from the demons and use it for good. So now he had an army, but he was using the army for good. So when bad things happen, you need to do the same thing. You need to look at the bad problem, stare it in the face, and say, arise, and extract your power from it. You can't let none of the bad things happen to bring you down. You can't let none of it bring you down. You can't be brought down. You just have to persist and keep winning. So when these things happen, you need to sit and smile. Thank you, God, for giving me the chemical compound element required to make myself more powerful than ever before. Every single time some bad thing happened, I say good. So I want to leave you with this. That bitch just left you, good. Work. You can't figure out a way to how to make money, good. Work. Everything's fucked in life, good. Work. All of it can be solved with work. Get it done. Work. All of it, work. You need to work so hard that the universe and God just finally just blessed you. You need to get up and try so hard every single day. Where God just says, here, just give it to him. He haven't gave up. He's persistent and he's keep going. We threw every bad thing at him. We allowed the enemy to throw every bad thing at him. He still hasn't gave up. He still haven't gave in. Let's give it to him. He keep persisting. Here, all the blessings start coming at you. That is how it works. That is why every bad thing happened to you. It is for your benefit, unless you recognize it. If you don't recognize it, then you'll stay on a lower level. You can't ascend to the top of the mountain that way. So what you need to do when bad things happen, you need to sit and say, good, fantastic. You need to absorb its energy. You need to use it to become stronger and greater. Use it as fuel and use it as power. And that is exactly why every bad thing happened to you. And that is why, if you understand that information, you're inside the free Telegram, t.me/Preme Operations. And if anyone that is not in there, you're lazy in it, idiot. If I'm sitting here telling you that I know methods and I know more than you, and you know I know more than you, and I'm helping you through these certain situations for free, and I say I have a free Telegram for free, and you still don't join, well, you deserve to lose, my friend. That's on you. You know where to find me, t.me/Preme Operations, or the link is in the description. I'll meet you there. For all of you who understand the truth of this information, if you're not weak and you're willing to dedicate yourself and wake up and read the messages and like and interact and use it to become better, then join. Now,